Cement 1.61 that I observed. I'm reading from the response, but it's part of the Auditor General's report.
Yes.
That I also observed that the unit lacked adequate staff, since the structure allows only 13 staff, including 5 divisions, but only 2 staff are substantive. Only 2 staff are substantive: the manager of solid waste and environment management,
And 4 in 1.4. And we said we shall deal with 1.6, 1.5 and 1.4. So it is already, it is a substantive issue.
Chair, my inquiry at this point was, because I see KCCA with a lot of Chiboko squad, enforcement officers, among others. And I wanted to interrogate one of their would be,
I don't think in the structure of KCCA there is Chiboko squad, but I know there are enforcement officers who may behave Chiboko-ish.
Those who beat Batembei. Now, but whenever we see the ED, she has a lot of bodyguards. Now, we want to interrogate the structure. Structure.
ED go on record, because the shaking of the head will not be recorded, and you seem to be protesting that.
A lot of bodyguards.
How many do you have?
Bodyguards, I have 1.
Only 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say I don't have a lot, someone will assume you have a number.
We see on TV.
Is it a man or a woman?
Chair, because they have to take leave, they alternate. I have a man and a woman.
Okay.
Now they have become 2 until they become many. Now,
okay.
But Chair, my concern was,
yes,
could we look at a record of the approved staff structure?
Okay.
Let's interrogate that structure. 2, who approves it? Because you cannot talk
public service.
And in the process of approval, we believe there is a role and input of KCCA in recommendation.
It is in submission and recommendation of the staffing structure.
Because before we talk about the funding, we must interrogate the structure.
Honorable Nkunyinji Mwada, once the structure has been approved by public service, we have no role. It is a technical matter.
Now, Chair, we are dealing with a situation where there is no one to supervise. Machineries are stolen up and taken up to run, and no one can account for the record and chronology. We must interrogate issues of staffing, especially in this technical.
Would you therefore wait that we reach that point, which is 1.4? What is the concern? There are 2 people who has conspired to raise a concern. Choose one of you.
Of course, the wise men come from the east, so.
And they come and settle in the central. So they left the east. In the east, they are not there because they came. Yes.
Mr. Chair, now I'm just interested in knowing. One, first of all, the fact that the gadget was stolen.
Gadgets, sir, because there were 2.
Okay, the gadgets were stolen, which we are using to know the quantities of waste that is being dropped daily or monthly,
yes,
or something. What I want to know is as to whether, as of today, we have records relating to quantities that we drop daily.
Okay. ED and your deputy, you need to listen to that question.
Chair, the fact that the gadgets were stolen, the way bridge. Okay.
Yes.
Now this Mnyankole man is thinking we are in Kasha.
I have no evidence here he's a Mnyankole. I know he's a member of parliament.
So, Mr. Chairman,
yes,
what I'm trying to understand, the way bridge were stolen. Right now,
does the report say they brought dysfunctional ones? Yes. They removed the new ones
and they installed
yes,
the non-function one. Now, Mr. Chairman, what I'm interested, do we have a way of determining the quantities that we drop daily?
Okay.
In terms of garbage? Because now we have non-functional way bridges. Okay.
Procedure?
What do we use to determine?
Procedure,
Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The point of procedure, Mr. Chairman, I would like to raise is that the issue we are discussing about is 13 years ago. It is not even a query in our current books of accounts that we are interrogating. And we are taking too much time on the same issue that the road mayor has just raised.
How much
13
time
years ago.
How much
It is
time do you
not
think we
even,
should have allocated to it?
I wouldn't even allow to be allocated the time, Mr. Chairman, because it cannot form
Order,
part of
order.
our report.
Order, Mr. Chairman.
We are looking at the Auditor General's report for the last 1 year.
Order, Mr.
You
Chairman.
know,
And we are talking about the issue. that
Honorable
happened 13
Nangoli
years
comes
ago.
from a clan. God,
So, Mr.
Yavomululu.
Chairman,
And the maternal side is Mamuliachi.
Bamulya mu maaso.
Mamulianyuma. Honorable Nangoli, it is a very, very important issue that involves taxpayers' money, but also that relates to integrity in serving our people. It's a very, very important issue.
Information, Chair.
Yes, you want to inform us?
Yeah, on this particular issue, the current audit query is about hire at exorbitant cost. And internally, we are grappling with the issue, should we continue hiring or we purchase our own? So we are raising concerns we are having. That purchase has got issues. If you purchase, they will be stolen. So we are asking Parliament to plug loopholes for us.
No, actually, we will not plug loopholes for you. We can purchase, give them to you, leave you with the responsibility to protect them. You steal them, we lock you up. We sell your property. Because even this one, we are not leaving it here. Okay? It has to be discussed. I think this is how we are going to conclude. Shall we have a report from Frank Rusa on CID? Because even our recommendation will have to speak to our findings of today.
Honorable Chairman, I've had an opportunity to speak with the head of CID, ACP Mugwesaje, and he has informed me that he's out of jurisdiction. He has gone on official duty, but he has committed to making an appearance here next time he's summoned to give this honorable committee an update of.
We shall have a report next week from Mr. Mugwesaje. For now, Mugwesaje will come here. Of course, the question Honorable Chiwanuka is asking is legitimate, except that interrogating it will take time. Because you are the complainant, ordinarily you would be having your reference. Except that it was done the way they did it. They had a discussion in a meeting. CID picked up. CID ordinarily should have, upon picking it up, should have provided a reference and known who the the complainant is. Then he would have recorded a statement. You know, some of those are gaps.
The head legal looks scared, very scared. He should reveal to us if
you do not need to defend yourself, Frank Rusa. Can we move to the next? I am giving final guidance on this so that we move to the next. One, clerk, we want the report of the Auditor General of 2011-2012. Number two, to dig up the records of COSASE, if it was discussed. Number three, on our own, to instruct our CID. Where are they? Yes, CID, to take up the matter in liaison with Frank Rusa, with the CID of KCCA, to give us a report by Tuesday on how far they have moved. Okay? Then, Mr. Rusa, you have this. Who told you you can eat before you work? Okay, you may access.
I told you, Chair, he's looking for fresh air.
Okay. Frank, you have forgotten what St. Paul said. Before you work, forget about eating. Frank, what you do, you're going to work with our CIDs in processing that report to be brought here on Tuesday. Among the terms, you must establish who the accounting officer was, who the director health and environment was, who was in charge of Chitezi, look at the handover between Otada and the KCCA, or KCCA, yes, KCCA, then the handover between the KCCA and the Nippon. What was handed over? ED, you need to facilitate that process, not in terms of money, but provision of documents. Okay, let's go to 1.62, management of waste by KCCA. Sorry? Honorable Naume Kabashalira, would you want to introduce yourself? For the record, you've been seated there and talking, but we have not captured your presence.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My name is Naume Kabashara. I represent Rusheni County in Ntungamo district.
You need to give assurance that you survived the stones that were in Ntungamo.
I did.
Honorable
I was saying
Sibambi?
that he can now go and eat.
Okay. Frank, you can now eat some mandas, because when you're out there, you say, Avari mukulia, you also eat. Honorable Sibambi, introduction?
Yeah, thank you, Chair. I apologize, I came a little bit late. Yusuf Sibambi, a member of Parliament of Mawakota County South, also a member of this committee.
Okay. 1.6.2.
Honorable Kizera is out of order, is asking which party. And
Is indeed. I did not hear him on the microphone. I think you just overtrusted his voice. Following the Kitez disaster, KCCA put in place measures to ensure better solid waste management in the city and the surrounding areas. However, there are still challenges in the treatment as highlighted below. 1. Purchase of land at Dundu. Although KCCA purchased 135 acres of land in 2015 at 5 billion as an alternative dumping site, the community in Dundu resisted the relocation of the dumping site, which left the land idle and prone to encroachment. Funding for disaster response. Following the 2024 disaster, government released 4.92 billion to KCCA in October 24 to support interim operations at Katikolo and Nkumba dumping sites, including stabilizing Chitez slopes. Consequently, KCCA was requested to open an account, KCCA Contingency Fund, in Bank of Uganda. By the time of the audit, December 24, which was 4 months after the disaster, the funds had not yet been utilized and were still on the KCCA contingency account number, that one, in Bank of Uganda. Management of waste in Kampala. Following the Kitez disaster, KCCA relocated waste dumping to Katabi, Nkumba, and the Katikolo temporarily dumping sites in Entebbe and Mukono municipalities, respectively. However, these sites lack the capacity to receive the volume of waste collected from Kampala and the greater Kampala metropolitan area. This has led to an environmental accumulation of backlog of collection of waste in the city, which poses health and environmental risks to citizens. I think this will give us a status, partly which we have, but also the decommissioning process, how you left those two places, Katikolo and Nkumba. Did you just walk away? Disaster preparedness by KCC. I noted that KCC does not have a functional disaster management committee to cope with and manage disasters such as the collapse of the Chitez landfill, among others. I further noted that no training has been given to empower KCC staff to respond to disasters in Kampala. This may limit risk assessment, identification, and response, which increase the risk of disasters and their associated effects, such as loss of property and lives. Explanation of the accounting officer was that waste dumping operations were relocated to Nkumba and Katikolo for continuity of the waste management services in the city, and the authority has since received contingency funds to address immediate needs to minimize the aftermath effects of lack of an adequate